today I want to share with you something that I started doing a couple of years ago and has really changed my life, and that is batching. Now, if you haven't heard the term before, I will tell you all about it. If you have heard the term before, I hope that my series on batching that I'm going to be putting out here over the next year is going to inspire you to either make a start on batching or give you some more ideas of ways that you could bring batching into different areas of your life. So what is batching? Okay, so a few years ago, it's probably about 3 years ago now, I think, I read a blog post, and I wish I could find the blog post because it really changed my life, and I would love to say thank you to the woman who wrote it. But I read this blog post, and I remember it was in January, and it was written by a woman who had written all her blog content for the whole year in January. So by the end of January, her blog content was done. And I suddenly thought, oh my goodness, this could be the way forward. This could be a way of me being able to spend more time with my children, produce more work than I'm currently producing, and just change the way that I work and that I live. And then I remembered my mum. So my mum, bless her, used to organise all her outfits for the week on a Sunday. And I used to think, that's a funny thing to do. I was kind of really interested, but also couldn't quite get my head around it because, of course, at the time I was a teenager and I just had all the time in the world, really. And so I couldn't quite, although I was fascinated and interested by it, I couldn't quite work out how it would kind of work for me. But it just meant that my mum on a Sunday had her 5 work outfits sorted for the week. She knew exactly when she needed to power dress. She knew exactly when she needed her special pair of shoes. She had her shoes, her jewellery, everything was organised. So that when she got up in the morning, she didn't have to think about her outfit. She could just put her outfit on. And so I thought about this woman who had written all her blog posts in January. I thought about my mum who used to plan her outfits on a Sunday for the whole week. And I thought, hang on a minute. I need to start doing this in my life. So over that year, I kind of started sort of thinking about it a bit, trying it out a little bit, then hearing more about it from people who were also batching. And I thought, okay, I'm going to give it a go. So at the beginning of 2018, I decided to commit to a year of batching and see what it could do for me. Well, it really, really changed my life. It meant that I could pretty much take off all the school holidays with my children. It meant that I could start doing some new projects alongside the work that I was already doing. And it meant that I could take some much needed time for myself. So, wow, I was hooked. So in 2018, I tried it. It worked. In 2019, I upped my game and I was really committed to batching. So then I started thinking, what else can I batch? How can I improve what I do? And this year, I am even more excited about batching, and I want to share it with you because I feel that the more people who use this in the way that they work, the more that we can give to the world, also give to our families, give to ourselves, and the more that we don't have to feel like we are crazy busy all the time. One of my favourite things about batching is being able to do loads of work in one go and then have some time where I'm basically just pottering around. It feels like I'm not really doing anything, and I just have so many good ideas during that time because I am free, my mind is free, I'm able to go for walks, I'm able to do stuff around the house that I want to do, I'm able to do creative projects, go to a gallery, all sorts of things because I've freed up so much more of my time because I have just been hyper focused and I've batched work. So what do you need to do some batching? So what I'm going to do this year is every month I'm going to give you a different batching project that I have used that month, which will hopefully inspire you to give it a go. Now I'm starting off with something a little bit crazy, okay? So I was kind of thinking, shall I start with meal prep? Shall I start with outfit planning? Shall I start with social media, blog posts, all these things which I'm going to be doing throughout the year? But I thought, no, I'm going to be really honest with you and tell you exactly what I have been batching this January. Okay, so this is going to be my 4th year of running the All Sorts of Lovely Advent project. Okay, it used to be the Make Light Advent project. It's now the All Sorts of Lovely Advent project. You may have taken it last Christmas, the Christmas that's just gone by. I hope you have. If you haven't and you fancy taking a peek, it's all on this channel. But if you haven't done it, then it will be coming in December 2020. And I have always been prepared for my Advent, so I have recorded stuff, I've batched it, I've recorded 6 videos at a time. I have been prepared, I've made some in November, but it has still really crept into my December, which is already a crazy busy time. And what I love about the Advent project is that I get to connect with people throughout Advent, and I get to send out these videos, and I get to talk to people on social media, and I love that, and I don't want that to go away. But I do not want to be producing content in a panic when I'm trying to do so many other things in December, and I want to really enjoy the month of December. So this December just gone, I reflected on this, and I was also reflecting on how I can up my batching game for 2020. And I thought, hang on a minute. At the end of 2018, before we put the Christmas decorations down, so between Christmas and New Year and a little bit after New Year, just before we take everything down, I took all my photographs for the Advent project for 2019. So the one that has just gone, all the photographs for that were taken at the end of 2018. And it was brilliant because it saved me so much time. I just felt like, oh, look at me, I've taken all the photos. And I realized I could up this and I could also shoot all the videos. So when my children went back to school, I have basically recorded all the videos for my December 2020 Advent project. Okay, now that might sound like a little bit crazy because that is batching way ahead of time, but oh my goodness, it felt amazing. I still felt Christmassy. I still was surrounded by my Christmas joy that I love so much. I was still styling, so I did the photographs and the videos, so I was just really in the moment. The light was right because it was still a little bit darker than it is now, so it kind of made me feel like it was Christmas. And I felt like I had such an incredible start to my year because I had recorded 24 plus an introduction, so 25 videos for my Advent project. And basically my December work is done. It's not quite like that because there will be work in December to help me plan for the January and the February and everything. But it's just so exciting. And so I got very like, this is great. I need to share this with you. So it might sound a little bit crazy, but I hope that it inspires you to start to think about the things that you can do that are like tasks. So basically you want to find, if you create video for your work, for example, how many videos can you make in one go? So first of all, you need to batch the ideas of the videos that you want to take, because you can't just say, okay, I'm going to turn up on Tuesday morning and I'm going to record 5 videos. That will be brilliant, because that's not really going to get you very far, because you're going to be sitting there going, I don't know what video to do next. So the first task is to plan what they're going to be. So batch your planning and then batch your action. So you take like, okay, I'm going to think for half an hour or however long it takes you to sparkle your ideas. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that on Friday, and then the following Tuesday I'm going to make 5 videos. You might not make videos, so you might be thinking, okay, well, this is great. Emily's made all these videos, wonderful, but what can I do? Well, do you write blog posts? Do you plan anything for your family? Do you cook? Do you need to wear clothes? Yes, you do. What other areas could you start to think about where you could have a go of this? And I would start really small and simple, because otherwise you can get really overwhelmed and either just kind of you can't do anything else and you become a bit obsessed, and then you sort of become all in, and then it all kind of goes a bit wrong, or you just become so overwhelmed that you think, oh, it's never going to work for me. It is going to work for you. I promise it's going to work for you. But start by thinking, okay, what could I do, for example, on a Monday that would help me for the rest of the week? So, for example, you could plan 5 meals, you could plan 5 outfits, you could plan 5 images to put on your Instagram. There are many, many things you could do. So you could start to think of something small that you can do. But I really cannot recommend batching enough, and I'm going to be back every month with a report of what I have batched that month. So what I have managed to batch and how it has helped me, in the hope that it's going to inspire you to start thinking of more and more ideas. And I would love to hear from you if you give this a go, if you do it already and why you like it, or if you've never heard of it and you think, oh, I'm going to give that a go, or if you have heard of it but you've never implemented and you're going to think that you're going to have that go. I would love to hear your ideas, so please, please, please share them with me. They might help me to think of some more areas in which I can get batching. But I promise you, you won't regret it if you give batching a go this year.